guys, welcome. My name is Michaela Resnicek. I work here at Velocity Texas. For those of you who don't know, Velocity Texas is an economic development organization that supports the bioscience industry, and we are committed to supporting the community that we're in. That's why we are doing this series, the Eastside Education Series, in partnership with LISC and SAGE in order to support our community. So today we have Roger from the AI Cowboys presenting to us on using AI for social good. If you are online, if you'll please make sure that you are muted. I'll be managing the chat online. If you've got any questions, we'll be sure that they're heard. And we can hear you here in the room, so we can unmute you to participate in the conversation. And if you haven't already, if you'll scan that QR code, there's some questions that Roger has to kind of level set us for the day. So welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, Roger from the AI Cowboys. If you can, just go ahead and answer the questions on the QR code, and we'll go over these together. All right, so these are just some basic questions of AI, just to see where everybody is. So the first one is, in one word, what comes to mind when you think of artificial intelligence? So, like, as you can see, like right now, this is what a lot of people are thinking of. And as you can see, this is happening in real time. One of the cool things about AI is we can use it to capture data, as you can see right now. So this can kind of like give us an idea of where we are and what we're thinking. And it seems like a lot of people are cautious about AI, as they should. There's a lot of, but there's a lot of good use cases, and we're going to go over that today. Do you believe AI will make your community better or worse in the next 5 years? So I think we can all agree, the majority of everybody thinks that AI can help us. Is there anybody that can just give me an example of why AI would be much better for the community? Just off the top of your head, anybody?
Ways for people to get information out faster.
Yes, in real time. Because just think about it. Back then, that's a good topic. The Census Bureau. So back then, a long time ago, they had to mail out the census reports. You had to fill it out and mail it out, and that literally took about a year. But now, whenever the government needs information, it's as easy as sending out an email or QR code, or just filling out a form online. So now, the government, the community, even us, we can receive information a lot faster. As even right now, this is in real time. Which area do you think AI could most improve in your community? So I see that we have 2 for healthcare and education. Then we have accessibility for disabilities. That's good. What is one community problem you would love to see solved with AI? Let's see, we have accessibility for people with disabilities, highway and road development planning. I think we can really use that in San Antonio. Construction has been going on forever. I think the restaurant industry, like waitresses, and also clean public restrooms. The funny thing is, in Japan, they have a system that automatically cleans the toilet, which is pretty cool. So every time when you leave, it's like the wall just completely changes over like in real time. So like nobody is actually cleaning the public restrooms in certain parts of Japan. So like that's definitely going to change the industry. Lack of knowledge, definitely. Education helps optimize learning for students and children, having access to an AI expert in every subject for every age. Working on that. And as you can see, there's a lot more. So this is also going to be open, and it's going to be uploaded on our website by the end of the day. How comfortable are you using AI tools in your personal or professional life? Okay. Seems like a lot of people are comfortable with using AI. Does everybody use AI like every single day? I'm just curious, does everybody have ChatGPT on their phones right now?
Yes.
Does anybody not have ChatGPT on their phones? Yes. If not, do you have access to ChatGPT on your computer?
Yeah.
Okay, can you log in and make an account? And if you need some help, Winston, he can help you. He's over there. Yeah. All right. So that was like a little fun activity. So who we are? So I'm one of the members of the AI Cowboys. So what we do is we do a lot of community projects, education, and government projects that's dealing with AI, machine learning, and quantum computing. And we also teach workshops. We like to troubleshoot problems, and we like to figure out ways that we can help out with AI to make the community better, help make the jobs better, and also everyday lives. So you can check out a lot of the things that we do on our website. There's a QR code. So common terms for AI for social good. There's 4 key parts that's very important when it comes to AI. You have ethical AI, predictive analytics, computer vision, and natural language processing. Ethical AI, basically, let's say in common terms, we always need a human in the loop. So AI helps with fair and it keeps everything transparent. For example, think about the voting system in politics, where like back then we had to use a human in the loop to actually, count the data, the ballots, put it in. And it just took a long time. And there's always rooms for error. So like now ballots are digital. So, and that's also being used by AI. So like now we can rely more on the analytics and the computers to help with the counting. So the second one is predictive analytics. Does anybody know what predictive analytics is? Anybody? Like, yes. Finding patterns. Yeah, so does anybody use the weather system on their phones? So that is a great use of predictive analytics. So we use it, we just don't know about it. Computer vision. Did everybody like drive here today or like, rode the bus, public transportation? So the beautiful thing about computer vision is we've been using it and it's been in our face every day. So think about the traffic light. So sometimes, the traffic light is red, it's yellow, and it's green. So what that is using is called computer vision. It's actually a camera that sensors, it has a sensing object detection device that lets you know, okay, if a car is going to be there or not. So like that's like one of the use cases of computer vision. Natural language processing, which I'm going to explain later on, is pretty much we're going to like teach like the chat GPT, the knowledge and the information that we need to get the information. So the computers, the robots, the AI doesn't know how to help us. It doesn't know how to give the information back to us if we don't give it good data, if we don't give it good instructions. So the NLP is the understanding of what we need and how they can capture data and also give us the data. So I want to like show you a cool website. So if you guys can like go to Tech Terms or just like use your phones and hit that QR code. Sorry, I have a lot of slides. So the cool thing about tech terms, which I really like, so tech terms can actually teach you about AI. So let's say you want to brushing up on your skills, go to tech terms. So like every day, it can give you a random word, like, okay, what is inkjet? Also, the cool thing about tech terms is it can give you random quizzes. So like if you ever want to know, different terminologies about AI, you're not too sure, or even if you're an instructor and you want to give classes to your organization or to your workforce, I advise you to go to tech terms. It's pretty awesome and it's free. So you can even like look up any single word, like we was talking about natural language processing. Actually, okay, that word is not there. That one is like super advanced. But yeah, NLP. I'm actually surprised. Quite interesting. But yeah, so anyways, like there's a lot of common terminology. So I guess NLP is a little bit more advanced, but the common terminology is on this site right here. So the next one, what is AI for social good? So pretty much, we hear that word like social good, and it's like, okay, what is that? So social good is pretty much finding out ways that we can help impact and strengthen the community. So it's using like AI to help figure out a lot of the gaps, silos, and disparities that we have in the community. For example, disaster reliefs, COVID was actually a pretty good analogy. I remember like even being here, there was a big issue with a lot of the students and people that didn't have access to the internet. So the network, AT&T, was able to use AI to figure out the silos within the city of San Antonio. And then they actually had these little mobile data centers that they placed around the city to help give people Wi-Fi. So like that was a great use of AI. Healthcare, education, environmental protection, and also like accessibility to disabilities. So you can find a lot of that information over here at Google AI or data.org. And like these two are actually some of the best sites because it lets you know a lot of the impact that AI has on in the communities of not just the US, but from around the world. And it's also updated in real time. There's four main key areas of impact. We have healthcare, education, environmental, public safety, and accessibilities. One of the sites that I do want to point out is the AI for Good. So you guys can just go ahead and click on that QR code, and you can check it out and see it. It literally is going to like let you know ways that you can actually utilize it to help with your community, to help with your organization. So even if you don't have ideals, you can just scroll on these sites and it can literally give you ideals and it can help you in ways that you probably didn't even know that it existed, from public transportation all the way to helping with even with the flooding crisis that's like going on around the world. So like I actually used that for a project and I'm going to show that to you. But I'm curious, has anybody ever done any community projects with the use of AI? Okay, awesome. Because we're actually going to cover that of how to do that in real time. One of the things that I do want to point the attention to is education equity. So how is this helpful when it comes to AI? The biggest thing is power. Knowledge is power. So the people that understand AI more, they kind of have an advantage and they kind of have like an edge that's going on with society. So one of the cool websites that I really like, if you click on here, this is called the Khan Academy AI Tutor. And what this does is it's basically it's a free site that not only gives you courses, but it also can give you a personalized experience. So the more you interact with this platform, the more it changes. So let's say that you do a quiz and you miss some questions. What this program is going to do is it's going to change the course for you and it's going to help you out in real time. So like that's also a great use of AI and it can help give you the leverage as sometimes, continual learning and education and even like going to universities might be expensive or we don't like have the time for secondary education. A lot of times we can literally learn on our phones. And this is one of the top academy programs online and it's free. So even if you're a parent, you can make courses for your kids. If you're a teacher, you can make courses on a academic level, or if you just want to learn like how to use it, for everyday life. Like let's say like you work at Navia, the public transportation system here in San Antonio. They have courses that can like help you determine like what's the best route. Let's say like you're trying to do like the routes for the public transportation. A lot of people like don't know is that they literally use AI. They track the data from how whenever we move, this is sending a signal to like Google Maps. And what the city does is they can see what areas have a high impact when it comes to movement and mobility. And that's how they determine even their bus routes. Okay, so one of the, so you can click on that QR code right there. One of the ways that I have used AI personally was to solve an issue with the city. And I'm not sure if anybody remember about 2 months ago when there was a flooding in San Antonio. Yeah, so as you can see, like right here, I literally I took that link. Let me see. Here it is. Sorry, there's like a lot of pop-ups. So this was right here in real time. They put this out August 6th. So AI among technologies that could warn San Antonio of future floods. So one of the gaps that my team and I like noticed in San Antonio is there was no real alert, no real flood system. Okay, so does anybody know about a flash flood? Flash flood can happen in seconds to a minute. Pretty much you can have, let's say, like a puddle that goes up to your ankles, and then in the next minute, it's up to your knees. Then the next minute, it can go up to 7 or 8 feet. So that's like literally like what happened about a few months ago. So I was like reading through the articles, and then like I noticed that, okay, they have a nice budget. They're trying to figure it out. They don't understand, okay, what is going on. So I'm like, okay, cool. One of the things that you can do with AI is you can like take the link and you can copy it. And does everybody use ChatGPT? Yeah. So I'm gonna actually like show you my prompt. So you don't even have to be the best at what you do with when it comes to AI. So as you can see, this up here, it's not really even fancy. I actually started off on my phone. I was just saying that, hey, I live in San Antonio. There's been lots of floods and, people died because of the rivers overflowing and, basically just kind of like just giving them like, okay, this is what's happening. So what AI is doing is, okay, first it's showing, I'm saying that, hey, it's San Antonio. So you can literally pick up the location. And then when you give it the information, this is where that natural language processing comes in. It's going to take a lot of that data and then it's going to start scanning. And then like from right there, it's just basically going to break it down. So this right here is already like giving me an idea. And I'm like, okay. So I'm getting the market landscape, the estimated cost. And this is what AI can do. It can literally give you like all of this. It can literally take the public information in real time. This right here would have taken a team of people about at least 1 or 2 weeks of just research that was done in seconds. So now it's like, okay, let's put this into an app because like I noticed that they do have a flood system in Bear County, but it's not on an app. So how can we do that? And so I'm just basically, telling it the pain points. And from the information, it's literally giving me like, okay, here's the limitations, this is the opportunities. And this is just for like the Bear County. So I'm feeding it information. I'm asking it more questions, giving it more information and more information. Now, from here, all right, I need to make a presentation. How am I going to be able to tell the city that, hey, I have this like awesome like ideal and I want to make it better? They need to understand as well. So there's another site called Gamma. So if you guys go to gamma.app, GAMMA.app. So what that does is Gamma can make you a presentation from the information that you got from ChatGPT. So now we have a presentation. So,
How did you take the information from ChatGPT to Gamma?
okay, awesome question. So this is what we're gonna do. Remember those sites that I was telling you about? Let's say data.org. Okay. Let's use that one. So we're gonna do something in real time. Trying to see. No. Okay, I'm gonna use data.org. QR code. Let's see. Let's talk about, let's see, community. Search. There we go. How trust and code creation equals equitable community data ecosystems, okay? So I'm gonna get this. Let's say that somehow I want to use this with San Antonio. Don't really understand. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit Command A, I'm gonna copy, and then now I'm gonna go to my chat GPT. You know what? Let's start something new. I'm gonna do a Command V. That's all the information that I just picked up from that site. You know what? I'm just gonna leave all that in. I'm gonna hit Shift and return. I'm gonna go down. And this is what I'm gonna say. I live in San Antonio. And I want to, oops. Okay, I did not mean to do that. So I'm gonna hit stop. Good. I live in San Antonio and I want to make a workshop and a program similar to this article. So remember when I was telling you about like data.org, the AI for social good. So like, even if you don't have an ideal, you could just start by going on one of these sites. So I just picked out a random topic. So I'm going in, I'm telling the AI that, hey, I live in San Antonio. I want to make a workshop and a program similar to this article. And I want to make a pitch deck in slides. So I'm going to hit enter and let's just see what happens. So basically, it's going to go ahead and like scan San Antonio, from information giving, and then also that website that I just copied and pasted. And then it's going to pretty much, figure out how can you align the San Antonio, the workshops, and the Recode initiatives. So here we go. So now I'm just going to take this. This is from the chat. Of course, we can go back and forth. Actually, you know what? I want to make this in a copy and paste format. I will use the app, gamma.app. Remake the presentation. So let's say I don't want to do any more of the work. I just want to do a copy and paste. So like now, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to copy everything. And I'm going to go back to that site. Gamma. Does everybody have Gamma on their computers or their phone? Right. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to do create new. Paste in text. So this is everything from ChatGPT in real time. And I'm going to go to, so you have three options. You can generate from the notes or an outline. You can summarize long text or documents, or you can preserve the exact text. So there's some things that probably needs to be changed. So basically, I'm going to hit the middle. I wanted to summarize a long text or document. So I'm going to continue to the prompt editor. So right now it's analyzing. So now it done made me a slide. So it's probably going to be the title. I'm going to get rid of this. So even over here, let's say I want to change the colors. You know what? Let's do cornflower. I'm going to do 10 cards. If you want to change anything, I can go in here and I can change it. So now I'm just going to hit generate. So it takes a few seconds. And then now, in real time, it's taking all the data and now it's making it more visible and it's making it more presentable. So I can now, show it to city officials. It's taking like all the data and it's doing this in real time. So like imagine, let's say you have an ideal. Sometimes it's hard to get your ideal across. The AI can help you, take that ideal and it can put it into a more presentable format. So as you can see, I'm not doing anything. This is no magic trick. Yeah. And then look, boom. So as you can see, everything's here. And we could just even go and we can hit present. Now, from that information, which I don't know, I did not even read. But it looks like
You wouldn't realize, right?
yeah, it looks like, you know what I mean? It looks like I know what I'm doing, So like how cool is this? I'm sure everybody has an ideal. Everybody has ways that they want to, impact the community. Everybody has like ways that they want to definitely, like help out. And this is like in real time. And then you could even like go back in and you can change it. I don't like this picture. You can go back in and change this. A person on a horse. And then just hit generate. And by the way, this is free as well. So you can literally like change it. And this is ways that you can use AI. So you can literally take the ideals that you have. If you see like issues that's going on in the community, you want to present it to an organization. There's lots of different organizations like the amazing like Velocity Texas. Now, there's a woman on a horse. See how easy that is? And you can do this with, a multitude of different ideals. I mean, let's say that you don't even want to use ChatGPT. You can just literally just import the URL. For example, I heard this awesome group called the AI Cowboys, right? So I'm gonna take that, gonna hit import. So, does help to get the URL correct, by the way. But I advise like everybody to utilize this. It's very easy, and then like just from there. So like I can even make a web page. I can make a document, or I can make like social assets, and that's it. Hitting continue. So if you don't like have, there's two programs that you should have. You should have ChatGPT on your phone, which is free, and then also Gamma that app. You should also have that as well. So I can just, again, just hit generate, and the AI is doing this. So that's like one of the ways that I used AI for, social good and to help with the community. And now I'm gonna, pass it over to this other like amazing dude named Mike Pendleton, CEO of AI Cowboys, and he used AI to help the mayor. He's gonna tell us a little bit about that.
Hi, everyone, I'm Mike. Thank you for taking the time this morning, in person and online. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate you showing up just to support. It means a lot to us, and Velocity and our relationship with Velocity mean a lot to us too. So thank you very much for taking the time. One thing I can say is, AI is really great if you use it right. There's a lot of different use cases for AI, and you can, hit a Google search on how to use AI, and you'll get a lot of different use cases out of it. But one thing that we did was we were contacted by the mayor's office, I guess, a month or two ago, and we were in an email with a couple of college professors and department chairs and for the college, and then a couple of the military folks as well. And the mayor was preparing for a trip to DC, and she had asked a couple of questions, four to be specific, that were going to help her posture some talking points to different, folks she was meeting with in DC, to lobby for the better of San Antonio. And so initially I kind of looked at the questions and, digested them a little bit. And then I came back with the response and answered the questions. One thing that I, really pride myself on is being a data scientist by trade. And so what I ended up doing was going to a website, and I apologize for the back and forth. Senators. So there's a website called the City of San Antonio Open Data, which is really cool because statistics and data are the very foundation of AI. A lot of people think that AI is ChatGPT, and it's got this very forward-facing, fancy, elegant, techie spin. That's just a creative front-end website design. So credit the front-end developers out there for that. What AI is beneath all of that is very real and raw statistics mixed with some linear algebra. Very small amount of linear algebra, but still some. But it's very real and raw statistics and data, and statistical approach to modeling and then processing the data. So what I did was went on the sanantonio.gov data site, and these are all open source data sets. So if you're ever wondering what's going on in your community, you can actually go in there and you can download the data set, and you can look and you can sort, you can filter, you can see how many arrests were made for what crime and everything else. So it's really neat from a statistical and very data analytic approach. And so I got all of those data sets and combined them into one. I think there's 141 or 144, 140 something data sets in there. that were applicable to the question. And so I combined them into one and wrangled them and then cleaned them and, processed them. And I used a data-driven approach and metrics as well as some analytics in there to create a visualization to really paint the picture objectively to answer the questions for the mayor that she had. So that's just kind of one way you can use AI for social good. The AI came into the visualization piece a little bit. Really it was just statistical modeling for the data set and data processing. But this is one way that we really stepped up to help the folks and the city of San Antonio to be able to really get after some stuff with AI. Another thing, I want to kind of go off the cuff a little bit and bring up another really good website. If I could type this morning, it'd help me out a lot better. But yeah, so a lot of people have like TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and all that stuff. So like people would probably be really bored if they watched me because I go to Tableau Public and then I also go to Our World in Data, and there's a couple other sites I go to kind of daily, and that's kind of my social media, if you will, right? So Our World in Data is a really good data repository. You can go up here and see some different popular pages that they have. And it's usually, social good type of stuff, as you can kind of see, poverty, global education, child morality, migration, war and peace, life expectancy, AI. I mean, so you click on those and there's a lot of different neat visualizations, data sets, and stories that are told through that data. So, the data processing cleaning is one piece, but also telling the story with data is another piece. And that's where kind of AI social good comes in. I know I kind of went off a data tangent, but this is a really good website visualization for AI. So definitely ourworldindata.org, open, free. You don't have to log in or anything else. You can if you want, but yeah, thanks, Roger.
Oh, that's an awesome website. Cool. So next, gonna bring up another person that uses AI, in the community. Awesome dude. He's a teacher as well, and he has an organization. No other than Professor Dungo.
Hi everyone. My name is Al Dungo. I'm actually from Uvalde, Texas. That's where I was born and raised. So you guys know it's kind of just an hour and a half from here. Super small town, but I love to represent my community and my hometown just because I myself now am a teacher at Texas A&M University, San Antonio. I teach computer science, and around the time that I was in college was, kind of whenever AI started to take off. I remember seeing an artificial intelligence class for the first time and, be super mind blown. And so to be in today's industry, to, be with folks like AI Cowboys and all of you guys here who are willing to learn, that's what we're all about. And so now that I'm a teacher and, students of all sorts, and also again, just coming from the place that I do, I drove myself onto a mission this year to, start using technology for social good. I joined this field, really, my parents were actually healthcare workers, always tried to raise me that way. But then whenever I decided to dive into technology, I was like, hey, that's what helps people as well. So thank you to the AI Cowboys for putting this on and for, all of you guys here tuning in to just learn how we can really use AI to not just make progress, but also have purpose. Because that's what we're here, social good. That's how we make that impact. So myself, again, as you guys know, Uvalde, Texas, at one point was never on the map, a really small place, but a few years ago, recently went through a tragedy, and that actually is what inspired my whole mission, because in a small place, what I do with my organization is try to bring back the tech equity, right? Places, schools, school systems, sometimes they don't have resources, they don't have access to, those tools. And so what I've been trying to do, and that's why, this synergy with people like you guys, the awesome city of San Antonio, is really just trying to find all the places that we can help. That survey that was done at the beginning is a great way to just even see impact, because technology hits everywhere. Education, the public sector, transportation, government, all of that. And it's crazy because in today's world, we actually have kind of like a divide, right? There's places like Uvalde where they're underserved, or even just small pockets in San Antonio where they don't know what AI is, and because of that, people are scared. And so, you guys here are an example of, setting that pathway to, we can learn. That's how we learn. So again, what we do here is we also try to give education. That's how we try to have that impact again with college students. They're very into programming. They're into, technology, AI. That's what it's all about. And so we also want to make sure that keeps going the right direction. And so all of the stuff that you guys see here, all those tools, ChatGPT, it's not just that front facing where you type in and ask it something. There are that are coming to be now to make presentations to help you think, almost like a second brain. And even me, I juggle a lot. I try to teach. I try to come up with solutions that help with this technology education gap, all while, again, comforting people and, being a representation that it's all for purpose. It's all for development. It's all for giving people those diverse perspectives, allowing you to each find your own solution for what it is that you're trying to do, what it is that you're trying to do to make an impact. Some of these things I would have never even thought of to come up with a solution until seeing how Mike and Roger are saying, just put it in there and see what it comes up with. It's just fast tracked. It's advanced. There's no reason to be scared of it, and that's kind of the mission that we try to do. And so any of the things that we do for our organization, again, by educating others, by just rallying people who want to make a difference from all over, our motto is sharing STEM across all generations. So it doesn't matter, young or old, near or far, even online these days. It's awesome to be able to have technology to sit with you guys here and have people online as well. So there's a lot of ways that we are having these initiatives to, again, help people. One thing that we've been doing in Uvalde specifically is trying to help with the school system. So STEM, you guys know technology is everywhere, but believe it or not, computer science and programming and coding is actually lacking in Texas alone. So think about all the K through 12, think about the students who are not even getting education like they should be whenever they're about to enter a world, an industry, a workforce that is filled with it. So, it starts somewhere. That's what we do. We've actually been involved with, their STEM advisors at their high school, trying to tell them, hey, computer science, AI, programming, cyber, robotics, all of that technology is the direction that we're trying to go to. So let's, rally everyone to be a part of it. So that's kind of what we do. And, all of this is just to kind of enhance the lesson that you guys learned today. All these tools, you guys are going to take away from it. I just like to sit here and, thank AI Cowboys for letting us speak, because I think we're an example of a grassroots organization. Again, startup, just a small business owner of myself who wants to help people. And, AI has helped me be able to come up with things and, think of different ideas, outreach, community engagement, all with the power of today's technology. So,
Can you pull up your website?
oh yeah.
Sure. Website.
My website. We'll go here.
Also, aren't you doing something at this other place called Geekle?
Yeah. And if you guys check out, there is a space at Geekdom where they're actually having San Antonio Startup Week next month, having the San Antonio Gaming Summit. So a lot of awesome places to, again, just see where all the tech is, dive into the community and see what it's all about. Just so that you can, get out there and be exposed. This is our website. If you ever want to do a call to action, and, get involved with us, see how you can give back to the community. We like to do a cycle where you learn and then also teach others, and just get involved to help people who may not have those resources as well. And so you can definitely check us out and see how we are making a difference by technology, all to create tools that help others. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. So as you can see, there is a lot of activity that's even going on, when it comes to like AI, and people are finding ways to have an impact in the community. You don't need big organizations. You don't need a massive budget. We can start with, the simple tools of, our cell phone, our laptop, just getting on Chat GPT, just getting on, apps like Gamma to make a presentation, to put it in a more simpler format so everybody can understand. Yeah, so definitely I'm gonna end it with a couple of more sites for you guys to definitely check out. So these sites definitely have a lot of tools, free tools, but it also has a lot of ideals that you can actually like just use and take that and put it back in not just the community, but also into your organization. You don't have to start with an empty canvas. You can just utilize ideals that's already being impacted and implemented from around the world. So with that, is there any questions?
No, go ahead.
Talk about how you validate self. You're paying for something, your name, your presence. Validate. How do you validate that you haven't got hallucinations in there? How do you validate, do you want credibility?
So you did I hear how do you validate hallucinations?
No, how do you, well, you use Google Tools and ChatGPT to create your presentation, right?
Yes.
But it's used all the world out there. Now you were putting your credibility behind what's been created. How do you gain confidence in the fact that that is true, real? How do you fact check it? How do you make sure that you don't have hallucination in what you're presenting?
Okay, perfect example. Because on the internet, it's hard to tell, like, okay, what is real data, what is synthetic, and what is fake.
Yeah.
So like that's why I brought out. If you notice on a lot of the sites that I was showing you guys, even with Mike was showing as well, is one the .org. So any data or information from a .org site is going to be accredited, it's going to be validated, and that's backed up by a government organization entity. So also we were talking about NLP. So into your chat, what you have to do is put all of that data in, and then you fact checked it with other sites. You fact check it with the city. So the AI doesn't know, what's the real or what's the true data, depending on how you feed it. So I know, like for me, I do not have a strong background when it comes to like, tech and software development, for example. But I can make tech stacks, and I have made lots of software. So like one of the things that like I do is I'll try to find the actual like real true data or the PDF or the manual, and then like I will dump that into the chat. The information that I'm dumping in is the actual like data. If I don't know, I'll just ask the chat, hey, like, where is the true data or where is this information coming from? And then like also, one of the other things that I personally do is I go on LinkedIn and I'll try to find, individuals within the organization that I'm trying to mirror. And, I'll present them with the information. Hey, is this correct? Or is there ways that I can change it as well? So like, that's why I really like wanted to, go back and then show you guys gamma.app, because from there, it's easier for the other person that you're trying to, work with or sell the data or information or program to, if it's in a more like, visual format, and then they can go ahead and they can check it. So I also I connect to different people in the community as well.
Adrian, who's online, says that they use perplexity.io because it's one that has the least amount of hallucinations, and it also provides citations if something does not seem right from the direct source.
Yeah, perplexity is an actual, like, it's a really good one. And then also too, like even right here on the chat, a lot of them have like deep research. So like if I was to click on deep research, it can now like research a lot of the, the .org or the accredited university research data and government data sites as well. So if you really want to get more in depth and more extensive, I will utilize deep research. That helps out as well.
And Eddie recommended that when you start your prompt, you tell whatever GPT you're using to provide me some sources that talk about it. So if you ask it to provide sources, I use ChatGPT, so I know I can then like click on the link it provides and validate that it's real and not made up.
Thank you.
And then also too, everybody has their chat, right? Okay, I want everybody to open up their chat GPT right now. This is like the most important thing right here. Because like I know like my outputs is different from everybody else. Because if you look, I'm gonna go down to where my name is. I'm gonna go into personalization. I'm gonna click on that. So this right here is your custom instructions. So pretty much like, you know, who you are, what are you trying to do? So the custom instructions, I am telling it, okay, where to get the information from. You know what? I wanted to respect the data privacies. I want it to be in compliance. I want it to be ethical. So I give it custom instructions. And then who am I? Occupation is very important because like, I can't stress this enough. On the personalization, you got to put in your occupation because every output that ever comes out of this chat GPT is going to be from a background and understanding of me, what I am, you know, what is my title and like what I do within the organization. So like if it's marketing, you know, I have to like really be careful when it comes to public relations. So everything that I put out is already going to fact check because right here where it says more about you is, as you can see, I can't make this bigger. From here, I'm telling it who I am, what do I want. I wanted to give it the best SEO knowledge. I'm giving it the information of the data that I wanted to output. So that's the personalization. So like right off the bat, just from filling this out, this eliminates all the hallucinations. For example, I can tell when somebody copies and pastes from ChatGPT because we always see the dash. You know how like there's always like a dash or like a little like hyphen. With my custom instructions, I tell it not to do that. So I never have to worry about that output. So depending on like, you know, what you want, the things that you like, let's say that I want all of my data to always to be for social media. You put that up in here and that's going to eliminate the hallucinations. So that's your personalization. Also, there's personalities as well. If you're a nerd, a listener, a robot, or like, you know, if you want to be like critical and sadistic, I do the thought because I want it to only do what I tell it to do. And remember, your AI is only as good as the instructions that you give it. Any other questions?
So my question is, I am not a data scientist, I'm not a computer scientist, I'm not any other kind of scientist. So how can I use AI to make an impact in my community if I don't have that background?
Oh, okay. What's something that you want to do?
I want to ensure that my neighbors have access to high paid jobs.
To make sure your neighbors have access to high paying jobs. Okay. So everything that you said is like, that's pretty much describing me as well. Like I have like no extensive background, like, you know, like Dungo or Mike, you know, but the beautiful thing about you know, the chat is the same thing as you just, you know, described to me as what you wanted to do is basically, you know, tell your chat that. One thing that I really like too is everybody has their chat GPT on their phones. What a lot of people don't know is the same way that you're talking to me, the same way that we're interacting, you can just go ahead and you can hit this voice. So a lot of times when I'm driving, You know, sometimes I'm not listening to music or podcasts. Sometimes I'm just talking to the chat. So you can literally talk and have a conversation and go back and forth with your chat. You can even name your chat and it can talk back. So, you know, I have a friend that calls their chat Sophie. My chat name is Bella. So like me and Bella, we have a conversation back and forth. No, it sounds weird, but it actually, you know what I mean? It's building up the persona. So like it's telling me, so let's say like, hey, I want to create more job opportunities, you know, within my community so people can get a higher wage and make more money. You know, so that chat right there is going to take that information, you know, from like where you are, and then it's going to start giving you data and information. So you could literally have a conversation with your AI. Don't be afraid of the AI. It's your friend. Any other questions?
I was wondering, is there any ways for students to get involved with anything that Velocity is doing right now, or maybe coming up in the future?
So it all depends on where your interests lie. We have lots of different public facing events that are happening in September. So those events are a great way to come and connect with our ecosystem and find out who's doing what and how you can connect with them. We do have some upcoming workshops that are always a great way to support what we are doing. And if you're looking for something more hands-on, then let's have a conversation. I'm always
All right.
happy to find ways to plug people in where their interests and skills can benefit us both.
Awesome.
And then like if you want to know like a lot more even about like AI and you want to connect with the community of ecollected people that have a background in AI, I advise everybody to go to like even DevSA. So DevSA is the tech community organization of San Antonio. So you just click on where's the tech community, and it literally has all of the tech organizations or communities that are affiliated heavily in the tech space, the ecosystem. So like right now, this is like the whole tech ecosystem. So you can even like, you know, reach out with ideals with any one of these organizations as well. And there's a Discord group. Any other questions? Yeah. Yeah, so that's devsa.community. But yeah, that's it. Appreciate your time. Feel free to ask questions if you have any. With myself, Mike, Professor Dungo, and you have Winston over there. He's an amazing software developer. He's also like a member of the AI Cowboys. He's been in the tech space for probably over 15 years. So we'll be here to you know, help you like personally if you have any questions. But thank you for coming out. Appreciate your time, and you know, especially on a Saturday, we could have been doing anything else. You know, it means a lot just showing up. Please get some of the refreshments. Thank you, Michaela, for setting this up.
And I'll be sending out a recording of the workshop and a link to the slides so that you can either rewatch or look at the slides, get all those websites that Roger has mentioned. And I will also be sending out surveys. Please complete that survey so that we know how you felt about this and what other workshops we can provide if you want to learn more.
Yeah, and yeah, so just go to the AICowboys.com and hit contact us, and we do check the emails, and we do help. Perfect example: the first workshop that we had, there was somebody that was trying to start their online sales food catering service, and as of right now, like we was able to help her, and we have her like up and running. So everything just starts with a question. Feel free to ask. You know, this is what we're here for. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you.